How's it going, everybody? This is John from Toxic Crew Plays, and welcome to Fallout New Vegas. Yes, indeed. I'm so excited to play this game. I'm not a huge gamer, but with everything going on this year, what else is there to do but sit inside and pick up some new video games. I bought this on Steam back in the spring. It's not that expensive, and this is my first Fallout game. And lo and behold, it is one of my favorite games of all time. There's so much I love about it. It is so widely praised by the Fallout fans, and I'm really hoping I can show some of you why. If this is your first time experiencing this game, then this series will be sort of a detailed walkthrough on not everything, but most of what this game has to offer. If you're a veteran of this game, then I'm hoping you're gonna get just as good a time out of this as the rest of us. So with that being said, let's go ahead and just jump right into a new game.
War never changes. When atomic fire consumed the earth, those who survived did so in great underground vaults. When they opened, their inhabitants set out across the ruins of the old world to build new societies, establishing villages, forming tribes. As decades passed, what had been the American Southwest united beneath the flag of the new California Republic, dedicated to old world values of democracy and the rule of law. As the Republic grew, so did its needs. Scouts spread east, seeking territory and wealth in the dry and merciless expanse of the Mojave Desert. They returned with tales of a city untouched by the warheads that had scorched the rest of the world, and a great wall spanning the Colorado River. The NCR mobilized its army and sent it east to occupy Hoover Dam and restore it to working condition. But across the Colorado, another society had arisen under a different flag. A vast army of slaves forged from the conquest of 86 tribes, Caesar's Legion. 4 years have passed since the Republic held the dam, just barely, against the Legion's onslaught. The Legion did not retreat. Across the river, it gathers strength. Campfires burn, training drums beat. Through it all, the New Vegas Strip has stayed open for business, under the control of its mysterious overseer, Mr. House, and his army of rehabilitated tribals and police robots. You are a courier, hired by the Mojave Express to deliver a package to the New Vegas Strip. What seemed like a simple delivery job has taken a turn for the worse.
You got what you were after, so pay up.
You're crying in the rain, Pally.
Guess who's waking up over here?
Time to cash out.
Will you get it over with?
Maybe cons kill people without looking them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig? You've made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
It's such an incredible opening. I love seeing it every time. Oh man, okay, here we go.
You're awake. How about that? Whoa, easy there, easy. You've been out cold a couple of days now. Why don't you just relax a second? Get your bearings. Let's see what the damage is. How about your name? Can you tell me your name?
Okay. So I was thinking about this the other night, and I don't think I actually decided on a name. And if I did, I think I forgot it. So I'm gonna go with sort of my usual trend in my personal playthroughs, and I'm gonna name my character after food. So let's go with you know what? I had chicken parm the other night, so I'm gonna name my character Chicken Parm. That's a lovely name.
I can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but if that's your name, that's your name.
That's
I'm
rude.
Doc Mitchell. Welcome to Goodsprings. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place. How'd I do?
All right, and here we are in the character creator. New Vegas's character creation system isn't as in-depth as Skyrim or Fallout 4. It's much more basic in a lot of ways. We are going to be playing as a female character, just because I think that is one of the more fun ways to play. I said it was a pretty basic system, but as you can see here, we have a lot of options. That is because if you've played this game before, you've probably noticed by now, I have a lot of visual mods installed, and one of them is a complete overhaul for character models, which includes the character creator. So for example, we have raider options. We also have ghoul options. Not a full ghoul, but sort of mutated. I'm just going to keep it simple. No, I'm just going to go for the, yeah, let's just go for a very basic looking character here. Wendy the Welder is my favorite hairstyle, I'm not going to lie. It's the one I always go with. We can change up the hair color, though. I kind of like auburn, you know, for the sake of being chicken parm. All right. And that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple system. Ooh, and yes, we also get to select eyebrows with this mod. I'm gonna go somewhere around the middle here.
Well, I got most of it right anyway. Stuff that mattered. Okay. No sense keeping you in bed anymore. Let's see if we can get you on your feet. Good. Why don't you walk down to the end of the room? over by that vigor tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race.
Doc Mitchell's face looks so much more beautiful with these mods. Yeah, like I said, if you've played this game before, you've probably noticed by now, I have a lot of visual mods. Character models completely overhauled. Textures on everything. I'm actually running a combination of the small NMC texture pack and Poco Bueno, which is the small version of Ojo Bueno. I'm using the small versions of both because it, changes everything up enough without really hurting the performance. This interior lighting mod also lets you play with light switches, which is pretty cool. And then once we get outside, you'll see. For now, let's do Doc Mitchell's vigor test.
Ooh, looking good so far. Go ahead and give the vigor tester a try. We'll learn right quick if you get back all your faculties.
Alright, and this is where we're going to build our special stats. These are the base stats in the game. As you can see here, you have a bunch of stats that are derived from your special, as well as qualities of your character. Now, I'm going to go for what I usually run in New Vegas, and I'll explain everything as we go along. So strength, I'm really not going to bother with melee, unarmed damage, but we do need carry capacity and weapon effectiveness, as opposed to some other Fallout games like Fallout 4. New Vegas does require you to meet a certain strength requirement for larger weapons. So we can keep strength pretty average. Perception is going to be, I'm a little iffy on this one, because I don't really use explosives. We're not using energy weapons. Compass range isn't going to be an issue after a while, but lockpick and weapon accuracy is something I really do want, so we're going to bring that up just a little bit. Endurance, again, we can keep this kind of average. It's really just for health, your survival skill, and sort of environmental resistances. Charisma, we're gonna dump. Charisma is always my dump stat. The thing is, companion nerve, I don't really give two hoots about, but barter and speech are the only two derived skills that come from charisma, and because of the way that skill points work in New Vegas, it's ridiculously easy to min-max, and you can get barter and speech up really high, really early, even with a charisma of 1. It's not that important. But on the other hand, intelligence is going way up. We need intelligence. Every level, you'll get skill points, and intelligence is going to give you more skill points for the more points you have in it. Medicine, repair, and science are all incredibly useful skills anyway. Agility, yeah, so we're going for a gun build. So this is definitely going to want to be a little higher up. And then luck, we can bring that up as well. I actually want to bring luck a little bit higher. So we can probably drop endurance down by 1. And then we'll bring luck up by 1. Because luck is a funny stat in this game. So for one thing, each point you have in luck increases your chance for a critical hit, and it also raises the value of all of your skills, and it works in thresholds. I don't remember the exact thresholds, but with 8, I think you're getting either 2 or 3 additional points in every skill. But sort of the real fun part here is it affects gambling once you get to the casinos later in the game. So with a luck of 8, when you play blackjack, your hands are generally going to be pretty good. If you have a luck of 9 or 10, almost every hand is just perfectly fine. Like, you're gonna, and we'll get to this later, but you can just roll in caps in this game. It's not hard to make money. All right, so this is a pretty solid build, I guess. We're going for really sort of a critical gun build.
Huh. Must be some frontal lobe damage. Well, we know your vitals are good, but that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you nuttered and a bighorn are dropping. What do you say you take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions? See if your dogs are still barking. All right. I'm gonna say a word. I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. Dog.
Dog? I'm gonna say feed.
House.
House is a shelter.
Night.
Sleep.
Bandit.
Swiss cheese.
Light.
Dark.
Mother.
Mother. Caretaker. I feel like that one's pretty, yeah.
Okay. Now I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature.
I think Chicken Parm likes conflict. She's about the drama. She's sweet, but she's a little spicy.
I ain't given to relying on others for support.
No, I would disagree with that. She's a community type of gal.
I'm always fixin' to be the center of attention.
She is a showboat, though. Very flashy.
I'm slow to embrace new ideas.
No, she's pretty progressive.
I charge in to deal with my problems head on.
Oh, absolutely.
Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see.
I see an angry two-headed ant. That's what I always see. I'm not even gonna lie. That's just always what it looks like to me.
Okay. How about this one?
I'd say... I'm too embarrassed to say what it looks like.
Last one.
Two bears high-fiving. But that's not an option. So, a mushroom cloud.
Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right to you.
Okay, so the purpose of all that was to select our tag skills. So these are the skills that we're working with in the game. You get to pick up to 3 of them and immediately increase them by 5 points. So, right, so we're going to go with speech, barter, and lockpick. Yeah, that seems right. Okay.
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. I got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
And here's where we pick our traits. You're allowed to select up to 2 traits, or none if you'd like. These are all very sort of double-edged sword traits for your character. So as opposed to perks, where it's just something good in general, these will give you something good with a trade-off. So for example, fast shot. While using guns and energy weapons, you fire 20% more quickly, but your shots are 20% less accurate. So it's really up to you which ones you'd like. Personally, I go with skilled. 5 points for every skill, but minus 10% experience gain. That's not really too bad. And I'm tempted to take good nature again. Yeah, I'll do it. So good natured is going to give you 5 points for all of your sort of non-combat skills: barter, medicine, repair, science, and speech. But all of your combat skills, energy weapons, explosive, guns, melee weapons, and unarmed, lose 5 points. So...
All right, I guess that about does it. Come with me,
Yep.
I'll see you out.
So that does set us up at sort of a disadvantage with combat skills, but again, with how easy it is to min-max in this game, it's not really much of an issue. Also,
Here, these are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. But it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to be now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. Was my wife's. I think she was about your size, and she hardly wore it after we left the vault. Felt it was too brazen.
see, the thing is, for a long time, I never realized if you just talk to Doc Mitchell, he'll give you all of that stuff. I always assumed you had to wait until he got to the door, but no, you could just talk to him straight away. Thanks for patching me up, Doc.
Don't mention it. It's what I'm here for. You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon. I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore.
And we are not going to be playing on hardcore mode. Hardcore mode in New Vegas really isn't that bad, but I don't know, I really just don't feel like doing it this time. And let me see.
I expect you'll be wanting to go outside after being cooped up for so long, but if you have any questions, I'll answer what I can.
And yes, so our medicine skill is at 30, which means if you talk to Doc Mitchell again, you can get this skill check. So isn't it customary for a doctor to prescribe follow-up medication?
Of course. You've been through a lot. Ain't much, but these'll do you right if the pain flares up.
And there we go, an extra 3 stim packs. So Doc Mitchell he's a pretty swell gent. If you ever need medical supplies or you get hurt, you can just come back to him and he'll patch you up for, a couple of caps. Oh, and I forgot, yeah, there's a speech check after that. Doc, I'm in a lot of pain. Can you spare any more?
Of course. You've been through a lot. Ain't much, but these'll do you right if the pain flares up.
And that's another 2 stim packs. Yeah, so we've already put ourselves at a pretty good advantage. Stim packs are, they go for a good amount of caps if you ever have too many. But you can never have too many. Alright, so
You take care now.
let's not talk to Doc Mitchell anymore. Now, we're going to do... Whoop, that book just fell. Now we're going to do what is probably one of the most common traditions in this game. We're going to start robbing Doc Mitchell's house. So there are a couple of actually really great things in this house. So right over here, there's a Today's Physician. And I will explain what that's all about a little bit later. There's a doctor's bag right there. And we do have a repair of over 25. So we can fix up and take this machine gun, submachine gun. We have science of 25 or higher, so we can craft some drugs at this chemistry set. Stim packs or just straight up drugs. Yeah, let's go with more stim packs. There's a couple more things around here. Med-X. Well, blood pack, sure. Surgical tubing. We're also going to be picking up some junk that is good to sell. Anti-venom, a couple of stim packs, Rad-X, a gun case with a laser pistol and some energy cells. Just some more junk. Crutches, a medical brace. Oh, actually, I forgot. Let's take a look at the stats. So that's our special. And here's our skills. Okay. So we have a lockpick at 38, speech at 35, and everything else is pretty... At least everything else that we need is sort of down the middle. That's great. Okay. Oh, I know how weapons work. I know how clothes work. I know how ammo works. Okay, so these are the weapons we're given at the start of the game. Now, if you're playing this game with all the DLC installed, you typically do get a buttload of weapons, armor, and a lot more supplies. But because I am running this with the J. Sawyer mod, all of those things are sort of not given to me. So while I'm doing some looting, I'll explain what the deal with that is. So when New Vegas was developed by Obsidian, Bethesda essentially gave them very limited resources, limited budget, and only 18 months to really put the game together. So because of that and the strain of consoles at the time, Obsidian had to cut a lot of content from this game. And so, after the game was officially released, the lead developer from Obsidian, Joshua Sawyer, put out his own mod for the game called the J. Sawyer mod, which sort of adds back in a lot of the content that was taken out of the game, and does a lot of rebalancing. So if you want... Oh my god. Nope. Knife. There we go. So if you want to play the game essentially as close to how it was intended to be, then the J. Sawyer mod is definitely something you want. It does a lot of great rebalancing to the game. The first few times I played without it. And then once I picked it up, it really did feel like a different game. And... oh, normally there's clothes in here. Okay. Alright. Actually, how much carry capacity do we have? We have... oh, we are actually just at the limit. Okay. So now's probably a good time to go. Alright. And off we go. Welcome to Goodsprings. Oh, well, okay. There we go. Actually, here's Victor, so let's just chat with him real quick.
Howdy, partner. Might I say you're looking fit as a fiddle?
Oh, I really love Victor. He's not very, like, plot relevant later in the game, but it's always just so much fun talking to him. So, you know, thanks for digging me out of that grave, Victor. You really did me a solid there.
Don't mention it. I'm always ready to lend a helping hand to a stranger in need.
How did you happen to find me?
I was out for a stroll that night when I heard the commotion up the old bone orchard. Saw what looked like a bunch of bad eggs, so I laid low. Once they'd run off, I dug you up to see if you were still kicking. Turns out you were, so I hauled you off to the dock right quick.
Do you know who those men were?
Can't say that I'm familiar with the rascals. Some of the fine folks in town might be able to help you out with that.
Okay, well that wasn't too helpful. I've never seen a robot like you before, Victor. Are you related to Optimus Prime?
I'm a Securitron. Robco Security Model 2060B. If you ever see any of my brothers, tell them Victor says howdy.
Alright. I think we're gonna...
Happy trails!
Happy trails, Victor. Okay, so... oh, there's more DLC. Oh, I really do love all these, like, new textures, though. Like the car, the stop sign, the roads, the rocks. There's even, you know, new plants here. Like, this isn't normally here in the game. Or at least they don't look this good. It's pretty wild. Alright, since we have all this junk on us, let's go sell some stuff real quick. Let's talk to this fine potato over here. How's it going, chat?
You must be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. The way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be walking out of that office. I've got plenty of supplies for sale. Even got some weapon mods and special ammo. Well worth the caps if you ask me. If you're hurting for caps, I've also got boxes of surplus ammo in the miscellaneous section. They're not great, but you get what you pay for.
Alright, well, show me what you have for sale.
Can do.
Alright. So, keep all the ammo. So, one thing you may notice, if you played this before, is the UI looks a little different. I have a UI mod that essentially makes better use of the space. So you can fit more dialogue options on the screen, fit more inventory on the screen. And you also get things like showing the value to weight ratio of items. Cigarettes are actually a great value to weight ratio. Probably one of the best junk items you can pick up in this game. One of the things that the J Sawyer mod does add in is these additional types of stim packs. Homemade and expired. Expired ones are just slightly weaker than normal stim packs. Homemade ones give you herbal sickness, so I typically don't really mess with those. Oh, I forgot the rolling pin was a weapon. Yeah, I totally forgot it was actually a weapon. Okay. I mean, I think we're good with that for now. Okay.
Another satisfied customer. Take it easy now.
Take it easy, you absolute potato. All right. Oh, wait, there's the gun. Let's just take a second to equip some stuff. Put that hat on. Stick the 9mm pistol for now. But now, the real game can begin. Because there is a lot of really good stuff around Goodsprings that if you're willing to risk karma, you can pick up, and it's all just incredibly helpful stuff to have. Alright. Let's head back out. Alright, so before we actually start getting into the story, we're gonna head off this way. Goodsprings really is... it's such a great starting location. I love this. Alright. So the first place we're going to head is Victor's shack. So Victor actually has his own little house here in Goodsprings. And there's one or two things in there we might actually really want to get. Oh, but don't forget to check mailboxes, because there usually are things inside these mailboxes you can pick up. Alright. So right here on the table, there's another weapon repair kit. There's some more fission batteries, some ammo, scrap metal. What else we got in here? I think there's, yep, another ammo box back here with energy cells and a stealth boy. There we go. So I typically don't use stealth boys that often. But there is a situation a little bit later on where I might actually want to burn through a couple if I can build up a couple by then. So, now which house was it? I think it's this one. Now we're going to look for Sonny and Trudy's house. There's something in here I definitely want. Wait, was it this house? No, maybe? Oh, wait. Yes, it is this house. The Chinese Army Special Ops Training Manual. Definitely want that. So this is a good time to explain the difference between skill books and magazines. So the Chinese Army Training Manual is a skill book, whereas something like Salesman Weekly is a skill magazine. Magazines will boost a certain skill by 10 points for, I think it's 3 minutes, whereas a skill book is a permanent 2-point increase. And I'm not going to read this just yet, because there is something else I want to do first. The mailbox. I've got some cigarettes. Now I believe this house over here is Easy Pete's house. Oh, there's a Programmer's Digest in here. That's helpful. What's this? Is this Easy Pete's house? Yes, it is. Because in here we get the buff out, BB gun, a teddy bear, baseball glove, and a bobby pin. Alright. Now which was... There's another house around here. I think it's this one. There's a couple of houses around here that have locks you can pick in them. And again, if you're willing to risk low karma at the start of the game, it's definitely worth it for just some free experience points. Some extra 9mm rounds. Purified water. And actually, I should be pretty careful about stealing. Because you can't... I forget when you can start selling stolen items, but this early in the game you can't. There's the... I actually never noticed the safe key was right there. Oh my god. Okay. But, yeah, we need a lockpick of 50 to open this. Let me see. My lockpick's at 40. Do I have... No, I don't have... Okay. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go for the key. I don't have a skill book to open. I mean, to raise my lockpick stat. Take the bottle caps, cigarettes, and the wrench. Alright. Now we'll just slip back out of here. Yes, look at Chicken Parm running around town just ready for an adventure. Let's sell some more stuff to Chet and then sort of be on our way.
Pleasure doing business with...
Ooh, actually, there are... Yes. There's a lock we can pick right here. Ooh, no. There we go. Alright. Yeah, there's a couple of, oh, wait. Oopsie. Missed these. There's Salesman Weekly and a meeting people right there on the crate. There is a terminal here as well, but I'll come back to that in a second. Goodsprings does just have like a couple of locked doors around here that you can pick for free, easy experience at the start of the game. It really does just pay to look around and see what you find. Alright, there's really just scrap metal, conductor, turpentine, more fission batteries back here. There's also moonshine, but yeah, I'm not going to take that. Alright, so let's head back around and hack into that terminal. Alright. So one thing that I actually didn't know for a long time about the terminals is that if you find little, there you go, like little groups of closed brackets, you can actually click those and it removes an incorrect answer from the terminal, or it'll reset all of your attempts. I never knew that, and it definitely made it a lot easier. And there we go. It was cutting. I'm not going to lie. That actually took me a couple of tries. I'm just naturally really bad at these. I feel like Fallout 4 got a little bit easier. But yeah, that was a very easy terminal. And you have to pick a 7-letter word. So that's... yeah. So anyway, we just unlocked that little safe right over here. Because our lockpick was not high enough to open it. Some good stuff there. Alright. Okay, now that that's done, we can actually just sort of walk on in here. And let's go talk to Sunny.
Cheyenne, stay. Don't worry, she won't bite unless I tell her to.
Doc Mitchell said you could teach me, you know, what there is to do out here.
Yeah, I guess there's a thing or two I could show you. Sounds like you need all the help you can get after what they done to you. Meet me outside, behind the saloon.
That sounds a little suspicious. But okay. Alright, now we just head out back here. And Sunny will be waiting for us.
Everything all right?
What? Oh.
Until next time.
You have to wait for her to actually get there.
Now, see the sarsaparilla bottles on the fence there? Take this and try to hit a couple of them.
So what you're probably thinking is you would just stand here and fire from a distance.
That's the right idea. Look down the sight.
But what you can also do is just walk right on up to the bottle.
Try crouching down and staying still. It'll hit. Nice shot. Well, that's a start.
There you go.
But I don't reckon you came to me to learn to fight sarsaparilla bottles. Tell you what, I gotta go chase geckos away from our water supply anyway. Darn critters are attracted to it. Why don't you come along?
Actually, yeah, let's go do that.
Follow me. It's just down to the southeast a short ways.
Actually, what other... I want to use a different gun here. Oh, right, I forgot. So if you have, you know, the same gun or piece of armor twice, you can just, boom, repair them. Yeah, let's go with the Silence 22. Let's get sneaky.
Hear that up on the ridge behind me there? We got some geckos to clear out. Bunch of little monsters is what they are. Seems like Doc Mitchell treats more gecko bites than anything else. Let's see if we can get a little closer. If we move quietly, we can get the jump on them. More likely to hit something vital that way.
Yeehaw, partner. Let's wrangle us up some geckos. Alright.
Okay, you're on. Go give him hell.
Take some pot shots. Ooh, there we go. We got one. Ooh, you gotta love that kill cam. And you can absolutely just pick up... wait, where are they? There you go. You can pick up the meat and hide off of these guys. Just for some extra money later. Now let's head back to Sunny.
See? You're getting the hang of it. There's 2 more wells that still need clearing. You want, you can come along. It'd be worth a few caps to me.
Well, I'm not going to say no to free money.
Shouldn't take more than a couple minutes, especially with 2 of us. Come with me.
I mean, I can basically do this on my own, but sure. Although, realistically, I am just a mailman with a gun. And now we're just going to head down here and pull off a nice heroic rescue. Oh. Yeah, it's always funny when the kill cam just sort of gets caught in the bush. Wait, where is she? Oh, there we go. Yep.
Help!
What's up? I'm here.
Holy moly. If you hadn't come here like you done, I'd be a goner for sure. I came up here to draw water, but here, you should have what I got. You look thirsty.
And there we go. Ooh, and this is a good time to explain reputation. I'll do that in a second. Oh, I'm also now very over-encumbered. Oh, I didn't even notice Sonny was using the shovel instead of the varmint rifle.
Now that was some good work. Even got a little exciting there at the end. Here's a little spending money for the trouble. One more thing I wanted to show you. Thought I might teach you about living off the land and making useful things for yourself. Interested?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay, say no more. I'm heading back now. Hope I didn't miss anything good on the jukebox. Cheyenne would never forgive me. Hey, do me a favor. Trudy, she's the bartender up at the Prospector. Kind of the town mom. She likes to meet newcomers. She'd be cross with me if I didn't ask you to poke your head in and say hi.
Alright, will do. And now we're going to take a nice, slow walk back to Goodsprings. I guess we'll walk with Sonny and this random settler. So now's a good time to explain reputation. So there are two sort of morality systems in New Vegas. You have karma and reputation. Keep walking, Sonny. You have karma and reputation. So, when you do actions that are either good or bad, obviously that is good or bad karma. It works on a sliding scale, and you sort of have a net gain or loss. And different actions have different values. So, for example, stealing something isn't that much bad karma, but killing someone who isn't hostile to you is a lot of bad karma. Reputation sort of builds on that concept, applying it more specifically to factions, towns, larger groups of people. So the more good things that you've done for a faction, you'll gain fame with them.
Hey there.
The less good things, are they just, oh wow. Well, they're just, wow. They're just stuck walking to this tree. Oh, okay, they figured it out. Oh. No, she's not quite there. Oh, she's getting there. She's getting there. Yeah, I was saying, so, doing good or bad things for a faction or a town as a whole will net you fame or infamy with them. Having higher fame will give you benefits like better bartering prices. But if you get enough infamy, they will just attack you on sight. And this also works on a sliding scale. So rather than just good or bad, there are a lot of gray areas you can fall into, like smiling troublemaker, soft-hearted devil. It really just leans one way or the other. But there are definitely quests and other things that you can get locked out of due to reputation. Okay, and we're back. So yeah, I sort of just put a jump cut there because the walk back was very slow. So I just sold a bunch of things to Chet, and like I said earlier, it's pretty easy to sort of build up caps in this game. Money's scarce at first, but after a while, it's going to be really easy. Once you start finding things and selling them back, it's so simple.
Hey.
Hey, Easy Pete.
Howdy. What can Easy Pete do for you?
Do you know anything about the those guys who attacked me?
The one in the fancy suit seemed to be calling the shots. That's as much as I know. Other folks in town might know more. Word of advice, though. If you ever catch up with him, watch out. The man's got cold eyes like a snake. Can't be trusted, I'd say.
So why did they call you Easy Pete? It's kind of a weird name.
Was a prospector until I decided to settle here to get away from the NCR. Now we'll just take it easy and help out with the Brahmin and Bighorners.
What's wrong with the NCR? Because this early in the game, you really don't have much to do with any of the factions. All you really get is sort of just opinions in passing from NPCs. So yeah, what's up with the NCR?
Don't get me wrong, the NCR's got a lot of decent folk in it. It's just that they make you part of them whether you like it or not. Towns like Goodsprings and Parm don't stay independent for long, not if you've got something the NCR wants. Still, the NCR keeps the Legion away.
Now tell me about the Legion.
They're slavers, led by a guy named Caesar, or Caesar. Not sure how you're supposed to say it. A couple of years ago, they tried to take over Hoover Dam, but the NCR beat them back. The NCR didn't or couldn't finish the job, though. The Legion's got its strength back and is getting ready for another round at the dam. My money's still on the NCR winning, but you never know. We've been hearing stories about legionaries on the Nevada side of the river, so keep a gun handy. You don't want to get caught by them.
Well, thanks for the advice, Pete.
Keep your gun handy if you go poking around some of the abandoned places around here, like the schoolhouse. Critters move in there sometimes.
Well, that actually reminds me. Okay. The schoolhouse.
Hey there.
Oh. Hi, Sonny. And I got up in my face there for a second. Let's talk to Sonny again real quick.
Hi there. Sticking around Goodsprings for a while longer?
I'm a little short on caps. Is there any work available?
Not in Goodsprings, no. But if you're up for a little scavenging, there's always the schoolhouse. Most of what's in there is junk, but there's this old safe that even Easy Pete wasn't able to crack with dynamite. If you want to take a shot at it, take these.
All right. Oh, you can't just walk away at this point.
If the lock's too much for you to handle, reading through the magazine might give you the edge you need. Always happy to help someone down on their luck. Until next time.
All right, perfect. Because there is the... Let's just take this reading material to the bathroom. I'm sure no one will mind. Boop. There we go. All right.
Hey
So
there.
yeah, just like Skyrim.
Nice.
Oh.
If you don't hand Ringo over soon, I'm going to get my friends and we're burning this town to the ground. Got it?
We'll keep that in mind. Now, if you're not going to buy something, get out.
Hello?
Well, that was quite a fuss. Let's go check out the schoolhouse first. I just happened to forget about that. Yeah, so back over near Victor's shack over there, by that big red building, the old Goodsprings schoolhouse. And there's a couple of good things in there. So we can go check that out real quick. All right. And there we go. See, if you're like me and you can't really aim for crap, using VATS will actually just line up your shot perfectly for you. Where are they? Oh, there they are. There we go. And, oh. There's, wait, is there one more? Oh, wait. Oh, he's stuck behind the desk. And there you go. I think that's, yeah, that's all of them. All right. So now we can sort of just explore the room. Plenty of good stuff you can sell around here. There's another Programmer's Digest over here. There's a couple of bobby pins. Both of those are there if, you know, you haven't actually picked a lock or hacked a computer yet. So it just gives you a nice start. Another Programmer's Digest on that table. And then, ooh, another Salesman Weekly. Yeah, barter is definitely not one of the most important skills. All it really affects is your buying and selling prices, but there are a couple of barter checks in the game that are actually pretty helpful to pass. Ooh, more bobby pins. Coffee mug. Detergent. Raxo. Alright, so let's get cracking on this. And there we go. I actually got it on the first run. That's pretty nice. Now I'm not going to disengage the lock on the safe because I can just pick the safe anyway. And you get a little bit of extra XP for that. All about the strategies. Oop. There we go. Bottle caps, jet, mentats, pre-war money, psycho, another stealth boy, and some stim packs. Great. That's everything in here. And look at that. After cleaning out some more junk with Chet, we are up to 820 caps. That's actually pretty good for like right at the beginning of the game, you know?
Another satisfied customer.
All right. Yep, take it easy, Chet. All right. So now we can actually get the ball rolling here because we pretty much cleared up most of what there is to do in Goodsprings at this point. So the last thing is to talk to Trudy, because as we saw a little while ago, she was having an argument with someone. And now we're going to ask her, well, what was up with that?
Well, you've been causing quite a stir. Glad I finally got to meet you. Welcome to the Prospector Saloon.
Ooh, but first... Yeah, first let's ask her about what happened to us. I'm trying to track these guys down. What do you know?
Not much, other than they're a bunch of freeloaders who expected a few rounds on the house. I was able to get them to pay up, though. Of course, one of the great cons did knock my radio to the floor by accident, and it hasn't been working since.
Did they say where they were going?
They were having some kind of argument about it, but the guy in the checkered coat kept shushing them. Sounded like they came in from the north through Quarry Junction. If that's the case, I can't say I blame them for not wanting to go back.
Why is that?
That whole area is overrun with the kind of critters that just get mad if you shoot them. Merchants avoid that whole stretch of I-15 like it's radioactive, which it could be for all I know.
So, where were they heading?
I didn't hear exactly, but the leader was talking about the strip. Fellow wants to get there and avoid the 15, he'd have to go east. Take Highway 93 up.
You want me to take a look at that radio, Trudy?
Sure, the outside looks okay, but I think something broke on the inside. There'd be caps in it for you. I do like to hear what's going on in the world, and that Mr. New Vegas seems like such a gentleman.
All right, so before we move on with that, let's actually take a look at that radio. Yep, and we have a repair of 20, so we can fix the radio. Oh, and there's our first level up. Fantastic. Alright, so we have 14 skill points. Guns are at 22, so let's bring that up to 30. We can get speech moving up a little bit as well. And, well, actually, okay, actually, I think that's good. I have a plan. That's why I'm doing this. There's a skill check that's coming up in a little bit, and I think I need explosives 25 for that. And I just want to pass that for the extra experience. I feel like it's a net gain if I do that. But otherwise, let's put that last point into sneak. And we get our first perk as well. So obviously we're going with Black Widow. The majority of human enemies in this game, I'm pretty sure, are male. So being a woman and being able to do 10% extra damage to male opponents is super helpful. And Black Widow dialogue options, they don't come up super often. But when they do, they are incredibly helpful. So we're just going to go with that. All right, Trudy, I fixed the radio.
Feeling thirsty? I can take care of that. Yeah, I heard it turn right back on after you got done tinkering with it. Here's some caps for the work.
Only 50 caps? Really?
Not at all. I'm never sure how much is normally charged for this sort of thing. Here's some additional caps. That should be enough. Now, how about spending some of those caps in the saloon?
How about I don't? What was your argument about, Trudy? It seemed kind of aggressive.
Looks like our little town got itself dragged in the middle of something we don't want anything to do with. About a week ago, this trader, Ringo, comes into town. Survivor of an attack, he says. Bad men after him. Needs a place to hide. We figured he was just in shock, so we gave him a place to lie low. We didn't actually expect anyone to come after him.
It's odd that Cobb wasn't able to find Ringo. The town's really not that big.
Cobb hasn't exactly been looking for Ringo too hard. I think he's afraid that Ringo will ambush him, which is probably true.
So, where's Ringo now?
He's holed up at the abandoned gas station up the hill.
Why not just kill Cobb and get it over with?
You mean murder him? That's not our way, even if Cobb is scum. He can bluster and threaten all he wants.
So what are you going to do about it?
Some of the others, like Sonny, will probably stand up for Ringo if he asks for help, which he hasn't. Personally, I hope he sneaks out of town one night and takes the powder gangers with him.
Powder gangers?
Chain gangs, really. The NCR brought them in from California to work on the rail lines. Problem is, it turns out that giving convicts a bunch of dynamite and blasting powder isn't the best idea. It was a big escape not too long ago. Some of them stuck together so they could make trouble. That's what we're dealing with now.
Ah, I see. So let's talk about something else.
All right.
So, what happens if I help Ringo?
If you were able to get Ringo out of this mess, you'd have a decent reputation around Goodsprings. I'd even set you up with a discount. Of course, helping Ringo would also make the powder gangers mad, and they've got a lot of friends out there.
So I help Ringo, and Goodsprings likes me more. But what if I help the powder gangers? What happens then?
Don't know why you'd want to do a thing like that. Yep, you'd get on their good side, but people around here wouldn't appreciate it one bit.
Alright, so...
Be careful out there.
So this is essentially... This is a great first quest to take on, really, because it very much exemplifies what I was talking about with reputation. So here we're given a choice. We either help Goodsprings or help the powder gangers. If you help one, the other likes you less.
Howdy.
So now let's go talk to Ringo. He's up here in the old Poseidon gas station by Doc Mitchell's house. So we're gonna help Goodsprings out here because these folks have been really kind to us. They dug us out of the grave and patched us up. We're just really nice. But we're also not going to fight the powder gangers. We're going to try and get as in the middle here as possible, and there's a reason for that.
That's close enough. Who are you, and what do you want with me?
I'm just having a look around. I don't know why you're so mad.
Sorry about the gun. You just caught me off guard, that's all. We got off to a bad start. What say we start over with a friendly game of Caravan? You know how to play?
I'm not interested in card games, Ringo. This isn't Yu-Gi-Oh! Did you know there's a guy named Joe Cobb looking for you?
Yeah. He doesn't look very tough, though. I hear he's afraid I'll shoot him down from one of the windows when I see him. And he's right. I'll have a much bigger problem once his friends show up. There's no way I could handle all of them in a gunfight.
Why are they after you to begin with? What did you do?
My caravan was on the return trip from California and heading back to the company branch in New Vegas when we got jumped. Not even a drop your weapons and hands up before the bullets started flying. We put up a good fight, but there was too many of them. I took a few of the bandits down before I ran, so I figure their friends are out for revenge.
So, what are you going to do about them?
I'm gonna lay low for as long as I can, assuming the town doesn't throw me to the wolves. I've got no chance against the gang on my own.
Well, you know what? Maybe I can help you out.
We just end up sharing the same grave if it's just the two of us. Now, if some of the other people in town were also on board...
I mean, I'll ask around. I'll see who I can round up.
Start with Sunny Smiles. She's been friendlier than most around here.
Alright, so now our objective is to ask around the town and see if we can get some help for Ringo. But Ringo also has a couple good things laying around in here. Another doctor's bag. Boxing Times, which we're not going to use, so we can sell that one. That is the skill magazine for unarmed, and we're not playing punchies. Cash register. 25 caps that we can just take. There is a duffel bag. Some nice stuff in here. A floor save. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. Baseball bat, beer, bobby pin, bottle caps, fixer jet, rataway, and some alcohol. Cool. And then we can take the cigarettes, but oop. There we go. Those were apparently Ringo's 9mm rounds. Alright, so let's make our way back down to the Prospector Saloon. Thought I could jump over that. Let's have a nice chat with Sunny. Let's see if she's on board for this.
Hi there. Sticking around Goodsprings for a while longer?
I'm going to help Ringo take on the Powder Gangers, and I might need your help.
Say no more. I'm in.
Oh. Okay, that was easy.
Joe Cobb talks about leaving us alone if we hand over Ringo, but I know his type. He and his friends will come after the town eventually. However, between you, me, and Ringo, we aren't exactly a force to be reckoned with. A lot of people around here look up to Trudy. If you could convince Trudy to join us, some of the folks in town might decide to help out as well. I know Easy Pete's got a stock of dynamite somewhere, and Chet just got a shipment of leather armor we could borrow. Talk to them as well. Finally, there's a good chance we'll all end up with extra holes in us. So if Doc Mitchell could cough up some extra stim packs, that'd be great.
Alright.
I'll be waiting.
Perfect. So now we just have to ask around for more supplies. However, it is nighttime, so Trudy went home. Easy Pete's still here, though.
Howdy.
So, Pete, you got dynamite?
Too dangerous. Gonna kill all yourselves if I let you touch it. Better to leave it buried. Safer that way.
And with an explosives check of 25, I'm familiar with the care and handling of explosives, dynamite included. You don't have anything to worry about, Pete.
Uh-huh. Guess you know what you're doing. I'll go dig it up and get it ready. You'll have it by the time the fighting starts.
Excellent.
Yep.
All right. Now let's go talk to Chet.
You looking to buy some supplies?
Chet, I need supplies to fight the powder gangers. Can you help me?
Now just hold on. I never voted to take on the powder gangers. That's a 1,000 cap investment you're talking about.
And with a barter check of 25, all right, well, let them take over the town. I'm sure your business is going to do fine.
You made your point. I can provide people with some leather armor and extra ammo. Sure hope it's worth it. And I'll be guarding the store while all this is going on. I have to put my business first. You understand. Take it easy now.
New Vegas is definitely not the most stable game. There's a lot of bugs in this game, lots of glitches, but I think the actual experience of it definitely makes it all worthwhile. All right, where's Doc Mitchell? Hey, Doc. There he is. He's in his thinky chair.
Welcome back. I had hoped you wouldn't need to come see me again so soon. What can I do for you?
Doc, the town's going to be attacked by bandits. Is there anything you can do to help?
Seems like wherever I go, it's always the same. Folks just never leave each other alone. Oh, I'm not much good in a fight with my bum leg. And my supplies are scarce, but I'll give you what I can spare.
And with a medicine check of 30, they'll be using explosives. Do you have something for more serious injuries?
I ain't got much, but it'll do you more good out there than it will in here. Take what I got.
All right. Thank you, Doc Mitchell.
Take care now.
All right. And the last person we're going to talk to is Trudy. Wow, look at all the stars and the moon. That's so pretty. These lighting mods and, you know, for the textures on the terrain really just make the game feel so colorful and alive. It's amazing. The vanilla game just has this orange filter over everything, and it feels like a dry, arid desert landscape, but this just, it feels so different. I love it. All right, and there's Trudy.
So you're planning on taking on Joe Cobb's gang. It's a big risk, but I suppose you have to do what you think is right.
All right, so there are 2 skill checks here you can use. Either speech of 25 or sneak of 25. I typically go with sneak. So near the store and the saloon are good spots to stage an ambush, if I had the help.
That does sound like a good plan. All right, you seem to know what you're doing, so you can count me in. Let me have a word with a few other folks, and I'll see if I can't round up some more members for this militia you're creating. While everyone does own a gun, we could stand to be a little better equipped. The general store probably has what we need in stock.
All right, perfect.
Be careful out there.
Lovely. Well, everybody, this is where we're going to leave off for this week. Thank you for joining me as we begin the adventures of Chicken Parm. Next time, we'll be kicking off this quest and defending the good town of Goodsprings from the Powder Gangers. But until then, if you enjoyed what you saw here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video, drop a comment, share it with somebody. And if you'd like to support me directly, my Venmo is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Goodbye.